Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Maria from Underthenightmoon, and I'm here today to do 4 videos, hopefully, of my new books that I've made for my Etsy shop. And I'm going to start with this one here. This is the biggest one, and this measures 6.5 by 5. And it has a 1-inch spine. It's sort of hardcover, but yet pliable, made with thick bookboard. And I've covered it with some really beautiful papers. I have some handmade paper here, some gold embellishments. Also, this is a pocket on the cover, and it holds a lovely lady. And this is also on the book board. I have some rhinestone trim along the top. And there's a glare on there because I sealed this picture with glossy accents to protect it. And it's also backed with printed wallpaper. Yeah, so this is in the pocket on the cover, and then you can see this gorgeous paper underneath. And I am happy to report I have purchased a new gold paint, and it's really, really golden and beautiful, and it doesn't stick. It's not as sticky as the previous gold paint that I used. So I'm really happy with this, and will no longer be using the other gold paint, mainly because this one is just so much more beautiful, but it doesn't make the papers stick all the time. So yeah, and then for the embellishments, I have beautiful flowers. I have a velvet band here with a rhinestone jewelry piece. It's actually a belt buckle, I think, not quite sure. And then another rhinestone here, and then a more modern piece, up there. I also have this really beautiful golden lace, and that's modern. But it's just really beautiful. And then a wax seal in the corner here that I've covered with the gold paint as well, and it's of the fleur-de-lis. And then I have on the bottom here some fun tassel trim. I attached the closure. Oh, I didn't measure. This one is about 3 inches wide. It's not as packed as I usually pack my journals. This has a lot of writing space in it, and I really hope that the owner gets a chance to fill it with some beautiful writing. And you'll see as we go through the amount of plain papers. Everything's coffee and tea dyed, but I kept it more plain than usual. So the closure is eyelets and double seam binding, as you can see here as I untie it. It's just double, oops, sorry, I'm not in focus, and looped here at the bottom. And so inside, here we go. Again, still enjoying the darker color palette for this winter. I'm not sure what's inspiring me for the darker colors. I just think they're so beautiful. Here I have a beautiful vintage, a very old antique, maybe even pin, and it's very beautiful. It's probably Austrian glass. By the way, it's sparkling. It's just gorgeous. And then this is silk sari that I purchased, and it's just gorgeous. And then here's some beautiful velvet embroidered trim that I've had for a long time. These actually came off a pair of jeans. But it was just so beautiful, the colors. I just had to keep it, and so finally found a place for it. And here I made a little notepad, just a little tiny one, and it says memories up here. This book has 2 signatures sewn in, and I've used reprints, embroidered trims, doilies. There's all kinds of little pockets here, and ephemera. The first page here has this really beautiful reprint of a postcard a vintage French postcard, and it says January in French, and it has January 1. So I just think that's really beautiful to start out the new year with some ephemera right there on the cover. More of that lace, the golden lace, and then here's a little tuck, a sweet little bunny, and a rose, a fussy cut, and you can see the gold on here. It's really shiny, and so I just love it, and almost all of my work now has the gold paint. Here's a beautiful printed piece of vellum and a little tug, and here we go with the pages. Like I said, they're coffee and tea dyed, and there's little tucks on them, but the papers themselves are blank. Here's a gold doily, and then I have this beautiful paper, and it's been dyed as well. And then I have a lot of these foldovers, as you'll see as we go through, and it's just this gorgeous paper that I've printed and then tea dyed, but again, it's just folded over these plain pages. This is vintage graph paper that once it hit the water, the blue kind of turned into this beautiful green, and then the tea, well, between the coffee and tea and the green running, it sort of gave me this color. It's just stunning. Here's some vintage graph paper, more the writing paper and tucks. You've got trims. This is sketch paper here. I have done some stamping throughout. I did make a few little embellishments. Like I said, not as many as usual, but there's plenty of beautiful things on here, like this little label, the lace. This is some beautiful fabric here, upholstery fabric, little tags. This is actually a green file folder, but the color is just so beautiful. So I embossed this rose paper on there and then added the gold on top, and it just made this really sort of beautiful paper. And then I backed it with this gorgeous writing paper. This is from the Etsy shop Romantica Arts, and it's a new purchase, and I absolutely love the papers. They're just beautiful. And then the little floating tag, but you see here this paper is lined, so it's ready for journaling. Here's the other side of that cool file folder, and a beautiful pocket, little tag. This is a fold over and a little tuck up here with some beautiful little things I had on my desk. There's lace. Again, lots of plain spaces. This is a little pocket, and then a little tag, and then on the tag is a little, let me see, a little tiny shoe, and then there's some rhinestones on the shoe, which is really sweet. So that goes in there. The other side of that beautiful paper. Here's another page, the other side of the sketch paper, and then this is just beautiful. And I really love the way the coffee and tea made it this color, and then I have the gold accented on there, and so that just gets pinned on there. And then this little charm has a little hand with a heart on it, and that goes right on there. Again, another little tuck here. You can see the stamping. I think all the pages are stamped. A little tuck here, beautiful rose images. The other side of that paper and the graph. And there's the other side of that. Some beautiful reprinted calling cards. Another little collage up here. And here's the other side of the beautiful vellum. And it has like this damask pattern printed on there. Also with some beautiful reprints and some rhinestones there. Another little tuck here, beautiful French doily, the gold, and then this has a little tiny heart, which is really small, but it's really sweet, and I sewed it on there. So yeah, just a little something there, beautiful butterfly. And then this is the beginning of the second signature, that gorgeous paper. Another little tuck, beautiful plain papers. And then this is a gorgeous reprint of a botanical, and I'm not sure, but I saw someone tear it, so I just thought that was really cool and crumpled, so I give it some interest, and I edged it with the gold. Here's a little piece of some red ticking fabric, and then I sewed on some of that upholstery fabric just for interest. And oh, I sewed with gold thread as well. Here's another beautiful paper, and then this is just coffee. This is pink copy paper that's been coffee dyed, which happens to make it the most gorgeous shade of pink. Goes with our roses so well. And again, just coffee dyed and folded over here, ready for a story. And this just has some seam binding here. And these can go anywhere. They can get tucked into any of the little pockets. Here's some more of that vintage graph. A little tuck. You see the stamping there. Little bits of lace and things. Here's another beautiful page. And then this one here, on the paper clip holding it, I attached these really pretty ceramic beads. They're probably decaled, but it's just a lovely little rose. And then I added a vintage pearl and a little seed bead. So that is just to give that something pretty. And I just think hanging off the edge, all of these lovely things are just hopefully inspiring to whoever owns this journal will want to write their story in here. So it'd be a really pretty gift for a vintage bride. And it'd be even better if her name started with R, because I attached a little gold R down here. But I had it on my desk and I just thought it was so neat. I attached it to this velvet strip here. And then I figured it could stand for rose, since this book is very much all about the rose. And I just thought it looked neat there, so I attached it. Here's a fun little pocket in the center of the second signature. And again, another collage. Here's a couple of little tags hanging. I always envision a little animal picture hanging off of these. Or anything little, maybe a little baby picture or something. So here's just some more blank writing paper. There's a little pocket there. So hopefully you can see all the writing papers and things that I've added here. Pretty perfume label, and then this is the end. This is a pocket. I attached a piece of wedding lace that I've also dyed, and it has some beads and sequin. And then I attached on the edge here a little really small Eiffel Tower and a little envelope with a heart, and that's just on a garment pin here. So these can be put anywhere. And on the other side is a little, you know, tuck spot. And then the back I added a envelope just for like extra pictures. Or actually, it's not, oh, it's made from an envelope, but it's just a pocket that I made. You can kind of see the envelope in there. So it's real sturdy. And I did go ahead and add a piece of this really pretty paper, mainly just because I thought it looked pretty hanging over with the velvet. And you can see all the gold paint. It's sort of like a little collage. I have some embossed paper here. This is a wax seal that I did using hot glue. And it came out really cool. It's the letter M, but it's just a really neat like object. So I added that just because it's cool and you can see the paper through it. So I think that's really neat. And then this is just a lovely velvet pocket. And then you can see the backboard is this beautiful pattern here. The spine has been attached onto this with fabric behind it. So it's a very sturdy little book. And that's the end. And on the back, you can see the beautiful paper. And then I've stenciled using gold, the paste, modeling paste, I think it's called. I can't really remember right now, but it stencils really beautifully. So I stenciled this cool damask on there. And then I had this gold crown floating around on my desk, and I just thought it added just the right touch to this beautiful keepsake book. So that is the full flip through of this. This will be listed in my Etsy shop probably this evening. I've got 4 of these videos to do, so leave me a comment in the comment box if you like. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video or would like to see more of my work coming up. You can always subscribe to my channel, and if you hit the little bell, that will notify you for when I post new items. So again, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.